Welcome to Backwater Casting. I'm your host, Rick Greene. On today's show, we're fishing a beautiful July morning on Spednic Lake, New Brunswick. My guest today is my friend and neighbor, Robert Powell. Today is a windy, high-pressure morning, but it's not too high pressure for us because we are putting smallies in the boat. That's Texas rig, and we're going to make it weedless, so we're just going to slide the hook point in. You're good. If you want to try a couple of casts with that Senko, this is a good spot for it. It's got a little bit of grass here, and you can get right down into it. So we're going to fish the point and across the mouth of the cove a bit. Any size?
It feels good, but again, yeah, it's not bad.
Good.
Well, Rick, again, hold on. Now I'm used to catching sunfish. Put it this way, it made my drag go.
He's pulling hard enough. It's got to be a decent fish.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
Don't spit. Don't spit it.
He spit it?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
Oh, that's a decent fish, yeah.
Where are you?
What do you got him on? The Senko. Yeah, good. Oh, you got him under the chin. He swung at it, you got him under the chin.
Come here, you. See now, Rick, that's a nice fish to me.
Oh, he chased that right in. I just missed him right beside the boat.
My God, I got him stuck in.
You got him good.
There you go.
There. Big happy face.
Oh.
No, bring him in tight. Bring him in, there you go.
You're beautiful.
What we're doing in here today, we're kind of still exploring Spednic. We used to fish on the other end up by Forest City, and it's much closer to come in the bottom end near to home. But this is a massive lake. It's 17 miles long, and it's, I think, 72,000 acres. And everything looks the same. The shoreline all looks the same. It's all rock. So what we're doing is we're just picking a section of the lake, and we're going to go look and see what we can find. And we were coming down here just watching the Lowrance side scan to see what was along, and all of a sudden we found ourselves on a grass bed. So that's been a rare commodity here, so we're going to fish this. And Robert first cast in here, he got a fish on it, so we're going to give that a shot. Oh, good fish too. This is a nice one right here. I've gone up from a 0 to a hero with the probable morning lunker so far. See, I was saving myself.
See that sucker. Oh, that's a nice fish.
He's
Boys,
there's another one following him too. If you got a bait rig, just throw right in there.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. They really like that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're very aggressive, so yeah, he may take that for you. He chased him right to the boat.
Worst case scenario, he doesn't take it.
Yeah, that's about the size of the one you had earlier. But that's interesting that a second fish came with him.
Yep.
He ate that too. I'm gonna have to pop that out. Anyway.
Nice fish.
Nice, yeah. I thought that fish was a pound bigger when he came up.
What is that one, you say?
Pound and a half.
Well, you know what? I'm getting smaller and smaller. Wait till the end of the day. Come here, you. You're not worth worrying
As long as you keep catching.
Just about finger in your mouth. There you go, little guy.
Yeah, slow definitely seems to be the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this high pressure system's got them. They're still eating, but they're not going to chase. It seems to be the ticket anyway. I'm watching to see if he's got a buddy like the last one. And in you come.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a wee bit bigger, but not much. Probably the same year class. This guy just eats better.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, nice, really bronzy color. This is not barred up or anything, just almost a straight bronze. Nice fish.
Come here. All right. All right. Come here, little guy. Oh, no, you have no fight.
I'm
catching bait, Rick. You didn't tell me I was catching bait. All right.
You're in the nursery.
Little tiny fella. He's pretty. Okay. All right.
Goodbye. We were in 5 or 6 feet fishing on the grass, and we're on the outside of the grass, and I just kind of fired this out into the open water, and bango. There must have been a really, really strong year class 6 or 7 years ago, maybe a little longer, because these fish are basically the same size. You know, give or take a few ounces.
Rick, you're not catching the same fish over and over, are you?
No. Yeah, he's a wee bit bigger. Yeah. He'd be none the worse for the wear. He's got all the hooks fair and square on the outside. Same thing though, he's got that nice bronzy sheen to him. No hook marks in him, so he's not been caught before. and no talon marks, so an eagle hasn't had a go at him. We were talking earlier with this high pressure system, north wind, that we were going to have to go slow. And we moved off the weed line, and I just fired a little spinner out there in the open water, and that guy jolted it. I mean, he hit that with a great amount of enthusiasm because he thought he was going to eat. So he came and visited us in the boat today, and we let him go for another day. Maybe somebody will catch him when he's 4 pounds, or her, whichever she is, he or she is. In the bass world, the big ones, the real big ones, are female.
I wasn't too sure if it was a fish or not, but, well, he's a fish. Come here, you.
Cold front will take them all.
Yep. Well, he's bigger than what I thought. Not as big as what I hoped. Come here, little guy.
Oh, he's got him on
No,
the
it's
lip,
okay.
okay.
Just the way it looked first, because I really didn't. Honestly, I dinked around thinking did I have a fish or not. Well, you got yourself lassoed. Good for you. There. Little guy. But you know what? That's number 5.
Yeah,
That's step number 6. Sorry. Now who's counting?
That'll make somebody happy in a few years. Whatever that is, whether it's cabbage or whatever it is, I threw in there, and that's where he was.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Don't know how big the bass is, but I got 2 feet of grass hauling behind him. That's a pickerel.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. So we were talking about
I
pickerel.
was
There
asking
we
if you
go.
had any pickerel up here yet.
Yeah, it's our first pickerel of the day in the weed bed. Nice and healthy.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty fish.
Yeah. That pattern is why they call them a chain pickerel. It looks like a chain link fence, and that's why they call them chain pickerel. Anyway.
Come on, come through the weeds.
Has he got you hung up?
Oh,
in the
he's got me
grass?
hung up good. Come on.
Sometimes hard to get them out of that stuff. I
Well,
can take the boat over. He's really got you bound up.
No, I think I'm going to be, let's see, he's moving a bit. He's moving. I was trying to fish it down slow. I gave him enough time to get through that weed.
A lot of time they'll pull off in the grass.
Oh, that's what I'm waiting for. I still feel him there right now. Boy, Rick, get the salad out. Look, swamp thing.
Yeah.
Now in there's a fish.
Yeah, 5 pounds of grass
Hey,
and a
just watch.
12-inch bass.
All right, come here, you.
That's funny.
Come here, you. Now, how in the world? Where's the hook? Where's the... Okay. Well, there. Well, he's live enough to go in.
Welcome back to Backwater Casting. Well, in this part of the show, we're on the move again to a new spot, and we're going to chat with Robert a little bit about his career and education. I can fetch straight into a fish. Yeah, again, we seem to be just on this, 14-inch year class. And this, I was fan casting this, and I would see 15 and 20 perch following that bait in on every cast there for a while. So you would think you'd have all year classes of bass in here, but we're just not seeing that. He wasn't, there he goes. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well,
All short line strike, boys. 10, 12
Well, I don't
feet
think
of
that
line.
hook is set, I can tell you that. I was getting ready to pull it in. Come here, little boy. Come here. It's a little nicer. There's not much hooked.
Doesn't have to be.
There you go.
He's in the boat, so he doesn't have to be big time hooked. Rudely interrupted while I was eating my sandwich.
What do you got there anyways? Oh, nice.
Another smallmouth. Come on. No, he's not. Up. There we go. Yeah, same thing. No mark. You would think in the weeds they'd have the
Torn up a
black
bit.
bars on them, but they don't.
There you go. All right, come in, you. Oh, that's a nice one.
That's right up there.
I'll take him. Rick, last fish I caught before I came over here was a sunfish.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just trying to get a look at him, but he's got a big head.
Hmm.
Yeah, might be the biggest one of the day.
Biggest one I've caught. Now that's a big mouth.
Yeah, but it's a smallmouth.
Is it? How do you tell the difference? Just the size of the guy?
We catch one, I'll show you. There's a huge difference.
Yeah. He torpedoed that and got it on a downswing.
Right in front of you.
There you go. Now I'm looking at marks on this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, something had him.
Right?
Yeah. Something had
Right
a
on the
piece of
side
him.
there too. All right, Bubba.
Something had a piece of them.
Let's give you a little drink. He missed it on the upswing and came landed on it. He came right out of the water, torpedoed it, never caught it on the strike, came down on the bottom.
Yes, sir.
So he hooked it on the downswing. And he was fun.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one of the day.
Oh, I
No
think so.
question.
Definitely biggest one today. That was quick.
Yeah. Finishing my lunch, and Sean said, turn around. Oh, there's another one right there. See him? He's got it. There was two. Sean said there was two. He's still there. He's a bigger fish too. Right there in the bubbles. Yep. Right here. Yeah, the bigger fish was underneath. My producer's kind, and he's got right up for a close-up. Made it look like a monster.
So Rick, what are they feeding on top there?
I would have said that they were popping dragonflies off that were just above the surface or had landed on the surface, but when we drifted over where those two fish came from, there was a big school of bait just under the surface, so I would say that they busted into that. Looks a little, oh yeah, that's the biggest one for the day right there so far.
That little thing?
Yeah, that little thing, yeah.
I thought we were going bigger to smaller, Rick.
Well, try and get your thumb in there before they beat thrash and drive one of those India. There we go. Yeah, he's not a giant, but that is one of the bigger ones that we've had today.
Nice and fat.
Yep. Yep, chunky.
Hey Rick, how big was that one?
That fish was probably in like just under 2 pounds or so. You know, we're not seeing any real big fish on the bottom end of this lake. Anytime we've ever caught a bigger fish in here, we've always been up at the top of the lake, which is about, from here, about 14 miles further up. But they got to be down here, so we keep picking away trying to find them. And this is the first real good grass bed that we've found. And I'm hoping that they're here somewhere. Whoa,
there you
yes,
go.
Sir. He said, I don't want to get in the boat. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's how smallmouth's supposed to act, right there. Just half crazy. Okay, and up. There. Yeah, nice hook right in the top of his mouth. I'm really surprised these fish don't have the lines on them from being in these big weed beds. Usually they do. Nice, healthy, they're eating good, they got fat bellies.
What do you mean by lines?
By lines on them, Robert, I just mean it tends in the weeds to get a bar on them is kind of like a camouflage, so they get a dark line down their sides. It's just like bars, but none of these fish have them in here.
Rick, would they be no lines because they're just new in here? Or would they be coming from somewhere else?
That's actually a good question.
Yeah.
But I would say they're resident fish, but even if they had been relatively new, that camo pattern can develop on them really fast. Just for whatever reason in here, they're not developing it, so that must not be the main color their body needs down there, because I mean there's certainly lots of grass.
Yeah.
That's a pickerel. Yeah,
that's not what I was
lucky
thinking.
you.
Don't put your fingers in the mouth.
Right, don't put your fingers in the mouth, yeah.
Hey, you're going to have everything torn up down here. I know.
Two toothy critters today.
Oh, there you go. I don't want to touch them. It just works better that way.
Is he gone already?
Oh yeah.
You did good. Well, Rob, we're going to take a minute. We're going to chat a little bit about your career for the folks on Rogers TV. So you're from Newfoundland. I know your mom and dad. So did you ever work in Newfoundland, or have you been here since a young lad?
Graduated from UNB with an education degree in '97 and wasn't going to teach. I worked landscaping in Fredericton for a year. Then got married and moved to Newfoundland and started teaching again. And taught as a supply teacher, teaching all sorts of kids, all sorts of grades. Did that for a year. Then I taught language arts at high school for another year. And my wife was in university, and she decided she was in St. John's and I was in Deer Lake, the West Coast. And I moved into my master's in counseling. And Then after that, took a job in the smallest community in the world. Not really. Terrenceville on the Burin Peninsula as a guidance counselor. And after I'd done that for a couple of years, oh my God, that's tiny. Get out here. Since I'd already been in New Brunswick, we decided to come back this way. I came back here. What is heck? Chub. You said you saw Chub, Rick?
Yep.
Came back here and I worked in Woodstock for a year, guidance counselor up there, and for half a year, and then taught English for half a year. Right. So then I went to a middle school, which is the first time I've ever taught in a middle school, and they're kind of fun. But I've been there now for 17 years.
Well, you've been doing guidance for quite a long time, so what's that like to be a guidance counselor?
It's good because it's not the same day after day. Every day is different. The hard part is that you are dealing with everybody at some point at their worst, right? Whether it's a student at their worst, whether it's a parent at their worst, whether it's a teacher at their worst, and you can't be at your worst, which makes it difficult, right? But it's like I said, it's the best and the worst. I wouldn't change it.
It's a bass, so he was up there shallow. Same year class, not the same one that Robert just had. But
Well, I had a different one, you see,
Same
that's what
year
I did.
class, you had a different year class.
Well, you keep putting yours back in the net next to the boat, Rick.
Yeah,
don't
I
know
got
what
the
you're doing that
original
for.
year class.
Nice fish. That's a
He's
chunky
a chunk,
monkey.
he's a chunk.
Come here, you.
So the nicest thing for us, I mean, we're in this beautiful lake in New Brunswick, and there's not one fish that we've caught today that had a mark on it from being hooked before.
No, he's smaller. He's a tiny little feller.
I mean, this is an absolutely gorgeous lake.
He's a pretty little guy.
Yeah. Oh, they're all healthy, no question.
Hey, Rick, what'd you catch that one on?
Well, I switched up in the grass here, Rob, and you were already throwing that Senko, so I put a white Zoom fluke on, and I've got a Texas rig the same as we did those Senkos, so that it comes through the grass pretty good. And I just twitch it back and let it sink, twitch it back and let it sink. And he decided he was going to eat it.
Now you see, this rod here, Rick, this is a different size than the one you've been catching,
Yes, he's much smaller.
right? Well, I just want you to show there are different sizes here in this lake. Come here, you. Okay. Little guy. I got that one on a pumpkin seed
Okay, that's
Senko,
enough of that.
which actually I have caught
That's
all
enough.
my fish on today.
There.
Cute little feller. All right, little guy.
I was getting it up, it felt like there was weed on it, and I pulled it up to the top and the weed come off and he just come out of nowhere and grabbed it. It's funny because the bite overall does not feel like an aggressive bite, but man, when one wants it, you can just see them coming.
Pulled it right out of his mouth.
You know, he just blew right up on the top, right on the surface to get that. Same thing, same year class.
Yeah.
You know, just a
I think you're
nice
catching the same fish, Rick.
bronzy color. I'm catching the
Mark
same
him,
guy
get a marker,
over and
mark
over
him, will you?
again. Yeah. Yep, there we go. All good.
Got a little muscle to him.
No, that looked fine when it went by.
Come here, you. Come here. No, no, no.
No.
We don't want to go down there. We don't want to go down there. Come back up here.
Yeah, he's not as big as your big one, but that's still a decent fish.
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with him.
No, that's a solid fish right there, Robert.
As soon as I see him. Come here. No, no. Come here, I said. Get away from that motor.
Yeah, get away from that motor. You can kiss that goodbye. Yeah, that's
Well,
a nice
Rick.
solid fish.
That's a heavy fish.
Yeah, that's not, you've had one bigger than that, but I'll get his picture.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, he's heavy. I like that. There. Thanks, Chad.
Oh, wait, picture,
Oops.
picture.
He's a skinny little guy, though. All right. Let's get you back in there.
Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Now, see, yes, now we'll get this straight. Now, this is the species we're actually targeting here, as opposed to the toothy one.
I'm doing the variety.
Yeah.
You do it? I mean, I don't remember the last time I caught a bass. I've caught 2 chub and a...
Yeah, no marks. Again, no marks on the mullet. These fish are just unbothered fish. He didn't look that big when he hit it, but boys, he's putting up a stink. I was looking at him because he had draped a bunch of grass and it looked like it was twice as big with that big mat of grass coming in behind him.
I know all about that one, Rick.
He just absolutely does not want to come in the boat. Doesn't get any much more fun than this. This is just a hoot. The only thing that would make this more fun is if we had a kid with us. But they love to catch them, boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when I mentioned chum in the waters, you didn't take me too seriously.
He had that coming up just under his eye. I would have hurt him if I'd tried to get that out. So I just cut that point off and popped her out. I just picked up that fluke again.
Okay.
That's the first cast. Yeah. Decent fish, not
Nice
as big
fish.
as that one that I tried to hoist, but
We've had smaller today, Rick.
yeah. Oh, is that a bucket? I gotta get him turned sideways. That might be a largemouth. Come
I
on.
see this.
I can just see his back.
So you think it might be a large?
I think it was a largemouth, yeah. I'm just seeing his back. Small, I thought he was a largemouth for a second.
Nice fish.
Yeah. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh,
Yeah.
get all wrapped up in everything. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Hold up in front of you, Rick. Here we go. Perfect.
He just smashed it. I actually thought for a minute it was a largemouth, but I was only really seeing his back. But anyway, it was a nice small one. Well, Robert, modern handshake. Thanks for coming with us today. I mean, she was a windy, high-pressure day, but a little concerning this morning. But we get into the fish, and we had some fun and told some stories, and our lips were moving, so we were probably lying to each other's fishermen.
I know you were concerned about the amount of fish, but I'm still thinking a bad day's fishing with you is a good day.
Yeah, well, it ended up okay.
That's still good.
Yeah, it ended up okay, but it was concerning this morning. And I said, folks, we're on the lower end of Spednic Lake. We're going to spend some time exploring this massive body of water this summer. But if you come here, go slow. Where you don't expect a rock, there's a rock. So you just go slow, take your time, learn your way around, and don't go tearing around on the lake at full power and hurt your boat or yourself. Beautiful body of water. The province is talking about staycations here in the province. I'm going to tell you, we've got some beautiful places to go. Even if today we never saw a boat until 4 o'clock on this body of water, and it's gorgeous. What a beautiful place to go for a little idle around, maybe have a picnic on one of the islands. So enjoy our province. It's beautiful. There's not a lot of us here, so there's lots to see, and a lot of it's unspoiled. Thanks for watching. I'm Rick Greene.